Well, hello. Sitting out here coming to you with another video, and in this video we are going to talk about the top 5 reasons why you're a hater.
I don't care.
So you know I'm just playing, right? Okay, so let's talk about what you saw in the video, or better yet, what you think you saw. It is really easy for your perception to be steered in a completely different way when you are led to a video, right? And before you're led to a video, you get a preconceived notion of somebody else's interpretation of what they saw. So in this video, when you think you are seeing me combing vigorously in this beautiful little girl's hair, this is my daughter here, and this is real speed on how I'm actually doing my daughter's hair, and then this is it sped up times 20. So as you can see, these videos, but I do want to say I am so grateful and I appreciate it so much because this video is a year old and we weren't paying any attention to it, but now this video is like approaching 1 million views. So I just want to say thank you, and I appreciate you guys so much, and I understand that a lot of your perception, like I said, was completely and totally off, and you have a small little preconceived notion of me. But let's go ahead and get into this really quick. So one of the main comments that I've gotten from this video, you can see here, people are like, oh my god, I can't believe you're being so rough on her hair. We kind of got that. Thing number 2, a lot of people were so concerned, like, oh my god, are you still tangled? Well, let's talk about that. Number 1, the first thing you guys need to know is everything I taught you in this video. In that video, I teach you that when your hair is in its natural state and unstretched, it is in alpha keratin. Your hair is blown out or stretched out or whatever in a nude natural state, then it is in what is known as beta keratin. Now, as I told you guys in this video, I don't know which video I'm posting first. It'll probably be the single strand knots one. But in this video, I teach you what single strand knots are and how you get them. So go check that out. That the average person loses about 100 strands of hair a day. So in this video, this little girl had her hair in braids for months and it wasn't really combed out properly. So matted hair is not hair that is coming from the root. As you see me combing, she's in no pain whatsoever. Why is that? Because the hair that's matted and tangled together is no longer attached to the follicle. All of the hair that was tangled up was the hair that has already fallen out. Remember, the average person is losing about 100 strands of hair per day or per week, depending on the density of that person's hair. None of this hair was attached to her head. So while everybody's like, ooh, ah, with his reaction video, she was in no pain whatsoever. The reason that halfway through I began to dry the hair is because there is a state in between alpha keratin and beta keratin that allows me to separate the hair that has already shed from the hair that is still attached to her head. So as I began to blow dry her hair, all of the hair that had already fallen out began to shed. Because people aren't really educated about everything in hair, like someone who has been to cosmetology school is, they don't understand that when you're watching someone detangle hair or when hair mats and sheds and tangles, unless you just got a horrible braid job or something like that, after you take out braids, when your hair is matted and tangled, it is the hair that's matted is no longer attached to the follicle, my loves. As I begin to allow the hair to straighten, you will see, well, you probably can't because it was moving so fast, because keep in mind, this process, the first day took 3 hours, and then the second day that she came back took an additional 3 hours, plus the extra 20 minutes that I needed to flat iron her hair and trim her ends. Okay, my loves? So let's talk a little bit about it and I'll break it down to you scientifically real quick. I have a hydrogen bond. Okay, we're only dealing with the hydrogen bond today. Hair, this is your hair, right? These 3 strands represent your hair. when your hair is dry completely, the hydrogen bond is like this, right? And it's holding the hair together, okay? So this in-between state is where heat damage is caused. This is where hair breaks, all of that. Hair is like this, right? But the hydrogen bond is just like floating around, okay? The hydrogen bond is just kind of like floating around. It's just like kind of like doing whatever. And they're not connected. Okay, the hydrogen bond is just floating around. It's not connected at all. This is the state in between alpha keratin and beta keratin. So the hydrogen bond is just floating around, because at this point, when you're doing your twist outs, when you're doing all of these different things, you have not given your hair any type of direction whatsoever. So when I was blow drying her hair, most of the hair that is now detached from the cuticle is just kind of doing its own thing. It's not in alpha, it's not in beta, it's just kind of like doing whatever. Okay, so we're gonna go a little deeper. We're doing right now, this is going to be a display of what was going on with that little girl's hair, okay? This is her hair strand, right? This is your normal hair strand. But with her hair, because her hair was matted, it went like this, right? But then, so this is the this is all the hair that was normally there. But then as her hair is matted and tangled, we have all of the hair. We have all of the hair that fell down, okay? All of the hair that was in braids is all like this, right? So it's just everywhere. It's just everywhere. It's just all over the place. It's going every which way. It's going every which way, okay? So, because keep in mind, the hydrogen bond is like all around. The hair is wet. So the hydrogen bond is just like circled around, has no idea what you want it to do. It's not connected to anything. The hydrogen bond isn't doing anything. This is what your hair looks like when it's tangled. This is what the polypeptide chains that are holding your hair look together when your hair is matted and tangled. So all of this hair that is now blocking the chains, because remember, this is what the hair looks like originally without the shedded hair on it. Remember, all of the little individual hairs are the hairs that have shedded down, have begun to shed, that have not been combed out because her hair was in braids, okay? Because this hydrogen bond is all around, I now have to give some type of direction, because if I just begin to comb while the hydrogen bond is broken, if I'm combing, right? And the hydrogen bond doesn't know what to do. It doesn't have any direction. And then I begin to comb on the hair. I'm giving order. So the hair is weakest when it's wet. So if I'm giving direction, the hydrogen bond doesn't know what to do, and I'm pulling on the hair, your hair doesn't see good or bad. It just sees command. Your hair just sees command. It doesn't see good or bad. So when you begin to pull on your hair while your hair is wet, your hair hears the command break, because you're pulling and tugging, so it's making your hair feel like it's gonna break. So the hydrogen bond's like, okay, break. That is why I'm like, let me give most of this hair direction. So I started to tell the hydrogen bonds that are connected to all of the hair that is tangled, because remember, that is our biggest problem. All of these hydrogen bonds that are scattered around from all of this hair that is broken off. So when I pick up the blow dryer, while the hair is still matted, that everybody had a problem with, while the hair is still matted, I picked up the blow dryer. And when I picked up that blow dryer, what I was doing was telling the hydrogen bonds that are attached to all of the hair that is shed, I'm telling them, get straight. Go ahead and get straight. Because they need direction too, and they're going each and every way. So I told them all, stop floating around, go straight with the blow dryer. So as I did that, all of this hair, all of these little hairs that are scattered around begin to fall off. Okay, they all just begin to fall off. And then it was super easy for me to go ahead and link everything. Now, all of those misplaced, let's do some balls. So this is all of the hair that is falling out, right? because as I'm blow drying, all of those little pieces of hair that were attached up here have begun to fall out. And that's the hair that you see. That's the hair that you saw on the video that was in my hand. I was not hurting her. I was telling the hydrogen bonds that were scattered around because they had already dropped to finish dropping. I was left with a clean canvas. All of the hair that shed is now on the bottom. Now I have this to work with. Now I have a clean canvas. Now I have hair that is completely in alpha keratin, okay, in its natural state. And now my job is to get hair from alpha to beta. Now that's my only job. Of course, with her hair being tangled and matted and everything, we had some breakage. So I went in there and I made sure everything was on an even key. I made sure everything was completely taken care of. And then obviously we were gonna have a little bit of damage on her ends because of, you know, the detangling process. It was not able to be started the way that it was supposed to because when she actually came, her hair was already tangled, okay? So with her hair and got everything detangled, I trimmed her ends, flat ironed her hair on the lowest heat setting. As it pertains to density, it wasn't that thick or that coarse. So I flat ironed her hair on 325, which is the lowest setting. So I wasn't using an overextended amount of heat. Yeah, that is what went on in that video. And like I said, I want to thank you guys so much for all of the engagement on that video. I am at this place in my life where I don't see anything as good or bad. It just is. Even if the views are coming from a negative place, even if the comments are coming from a negative place, I don't mind at all. I had somebody make a comment. I put this on my Instagram, by the way. Follow me on Instagram. Boom. Put on my Instagram like, oh, I think she's a troll because she just says thank you for the engagement, because that's all I'm gonna do. If you come negatively on my channel, the old me, it would make me so irritated that somebody would say something nasty that I would respond back. But now I'm just gonna thank you for the engagement, and I'm not being a smart ass. Like, I really mean it. Thank you for the engagement, and it's because of your efforts, Mr. Africa. This video is almost to 1 million views, and I appreciate you guys so much. Yeah, I really hope that this video was informative. I hope it answered some questions for you guys. If you want more videos like this, then make sure you leave me some comments below and let me know what you want me to get into, and you know I will get into it for you. Yes. So until my next video, make sure you have subscribed to my channel. Once you subscribe to what, click that bell notification so you're notified every time I post another video, and subscribe to my website. That's it. I put the info right here. I love y'all. Bye. I'll be petty until the day I go. I don't really care. All I can say is so. Your mama. Your mama. Your mother. Your mother. People gonna get tired of making videos about me, like reaction videos, because you spend all that time doing stuff and I don't even care. Bye.